very, very essential to provide valuable inputs.
Paper presenters,
Dr. Y. Nagendra Kumar Garu, CEO and Master Trainer, Mind Retreat from Kakinada. And also Dr. T.V. Samsura Garu, General Manager, HR and Admin, Limfins Pharma Private Limited, Kakinada. Now I request Professor P.R.K. Rajgaru onto the dais to chair this session. I also request Dr. K. Madhubabu, Senior Faculty in the Department of MBA Human Resource Management, as co-chairperson. This is the time to invite highly resourceful person who is more energetic, that is Dr. Y. Nagendra Kumar Garu. Not only CEO, he is the chairperson of NIPM Godavari chapter. Young professional activist of NIPM, Dr. T.V. Samsura Garu, by designation General Manager, HR and Admin. So morning, please sir, please. Morning oka discussion lo various people ichina inputs lo technology, either digital technology, whatever the technology, మూలంగా ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్ రీప్లేస్ చేస్తున్నాయి మెషిన్స్ అనే కాన్సెప్ట్ ని ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ చేయడం జరిగింది. లేదు ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్ గా ఉంది. ఈ ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ ఏరియాలో లేదా డిజిటల్ ఏరాలో కూడా న్యూ ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్ క్రియేట్ అవుతుందని అవర్ బిలౌడ్ వైస్ ఛాన్సలర్ ప్రొఫెసర్ కె గంగాధర్ రావు గారు చెప్పడం జరిగింది. అదేవిధంగా దానికి జస్ట్ అంటే ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్ అనేది పెరుగుతూ ఉంది అనే కోణంలో దీనికి ఆన్సర్ ఏంటి అంటే నాలెడ్జ్ ఉంది, స్కిల్స్ ఉన్నాయి, బట్ ఇంకా ఎందుకు ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్ ఉంది అనేది ప్రశ్న. నాలెడ్జబుల్ పర్సన్సే అందరూ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ లో చదువుతున్నారు, ఐఐఎంలో, ఐఐటీస్ లో, యూనివర్సిటీస్ లో, ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్స్ లో చదువుతున్నారు, నాలెడ్జ్ అక్వైరింగ్ సర్టిఫికెట్స్ ఓకే, స్కిల్స్ నేర్చుకుంటున్నారు ఓకే, మరి ఎందుకు ప్లేస్ అవ్వట్లేదు? ది ఆన్సర్ ఈస్, ఈ సెషన్ మీకు ఆన్సర్ చేస్తుంది. ఎందుచేత అంటే యాటిట్యూడ్స్, వర్క్ ఉంది కానీ నాకు చేయాలనే ఆలోచన ఉండాలి కదా. ద స్టూడెంట్ కమ్యూనిటీ అన్ఫార్చునేట్లీ దే వాంట్, డే వన్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్ దే వాంట్ టు బికమ్ ఏ సిఇఓ. మొదటి రోజే వాళ్ళు హై పొజిషన్కి వెళ్ళిపోవాలనే ఆలోచనతో ఉన్నారు. కానీ ఆలోచించాల్సింది ఏంటంటే మన పొజిషన్, మనం దేనికి ఫిట్ అవుతాం. ఫిట్నెస్ ఫర్ ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్ అనేది ఆ స్కాన్ లేదు, ఆ చెక్ లేదు. అది ఎందుకు లేదు అంటే యాటిట్యూడినల్ కరెక్షన్ ఉండాలి, యాటిట్యూడినల్ ఫిట్నెస్ ఉండాలి, ఫాలోడ్ బై హ్యాబిట్స్. దీస్ టూ ఆర్ మోర్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ యాజ్ ఫర్ మై నాలెడ్జ్ ఇస్ కన్సర్న్. నౌ ఐ రిక్వెస్ట్ P.R.K. Raj garu to conduct the proceedings.
Good afternoon, all of you. My special thanks to Dr. Nagaraj Garu. Particularly, Nagaraj Garu is responsible for calling all of us to this August University and to this great seminar. I profusely thank him for that. Second thing, he also assured me that very soon he will ensure for the starting of another chapter, whatever name they will give, one chapter of NIPM will emerge. That will be the 54th chapter. So I request all executives from industry and faculty members first to set example and become life members, because the free concession is available up to 31st March only, 50% concession. We will be saving 6,000 almost. So once we achieve the target of 35 membership, like membership, automatically we will get a chapter, new chapter that will create a good impact in this area. And there will be a continuous interaction for the students mainly, and also to faculty members with industry leaders in and around Vijayawada. You can say in the entire AP and Telangana states, because it's centrally located place. So I thank Nagaraj for accepting all our requests. And again, let me tell you, this is the first time that we are having a little bit collaboration. This entire the afternoon session is by Godavari chapter members, me, Dr. Rajendra Kumar, and also Dr. Samsar Rao. We are all NFM Godavari chapter members. But the first time he arranged this type of collaboration with NFM chapter. This is August beginning. I am really happy, and I convey my thanks on behalf of NFM Godavari chapter for this opportunity given by him and given by his university. And I won't take much time. My job is an easy job, and we are presenting today a very powerful speaker, Dr. Nagendra Kumar. He is all-rounder and is a very good speaker. So definitely he will inspire all of you. That's why me and Dr. Samsara decided to not to speak much about this subject. This is one thing. The second part, in any case, I want to touch few aspects of this, because since morning, everybody is talking about knowledge, skills, and also attitudes, KSA, which we call it. It is a familiar terminology for all MBA students. Knowledge, skills, and attitudes. Only gathering, accumulating knowledge will not help us. It will not take us any long. Knowledge without skills is just like a bird without wings. A bird without wings cannot fly. There is no use. It can't do any purposeful activity. On the other hand, it is a burden. And knowledge, again, it may be a divine knowledge, we do not know. So, just accumulating knowledge or by hearting things in the university, that will not help you much. Simultaneously, you have to learn some skills. Whenever you attend interviews, we will observe, and that skill set is not there. Particularly for BBA, MBA, MCOM, and non-technical students. See, like NFM, we are offering many certificates. How many people are thinking to get competency certificates while pursuing our MBA? See, there is separate certification course for compensation management, separate course for performance management. So it's all competency certificates. Within 3 months, you can complete one subject, and you will get in-depth knowledge in that. If you acquire at least 5-6 that kind of specialties, by the time you complete your MBA with HRM or with marketing or anything, then you will be a unique person. You will be in demand in the market. There are the skills required for you. Similarly for finance. So some of the tally, and even they do not know, they are not even equipping themselves with a small tally course, which an assistant accountant is required to do it immediately after getting a small job. So this kind of R programming and all these programs are again your skill set. For engineering graduates, there are many other skills, but for you, there are specified skill sets. For HRM, I can mention not less than 20-25 different competency certificates you should possess, in addition to technical knowledge. If you are not abreast with the latest technology, I know some of the students, they are not even currently prepare a PPT. If tomorrow they become an executive assistant or executive officer somewhere, what they will do? Friends, nowadays industries, they are impatient. They cannot wait. You should acquire deployability skills, not simply employability skills. The moment they hire you, they start paying you, so they see ROI the first month itself. So you have to be employable in the sense you should start contributing from the day number one. How can you do that without having minimum skill set? By having only theoretical knowledge. That's how you make yourself unique. You have your own USPs, selling points, how they can hire you. So you are presenting yourself in such a way with some kind of skills. Knowledge can be learned by different sources, by observation, through your environment, by studying, by reading, by observing people, all these things. But then that knowledge is very, very important. I am not undermining the importance of knowledge. Knowledge is essential thing, it's foundation. Through knowledge only you will develop beliefs. Your belief system follows your knowledge. Whatever knowledge you acquired through your parental background or academic background or from the society or neighborhood or even social media or any other source, that will create some kind of belief system in you. Your beliefs, once they are deeply anchored, they become your values. The beliefs deeply anchored in you, they become values. Once they become your values, it's very difficult to change. Even for HR manager also very difficult to change you. Even a psychologist also will find it very difficult to change your value system. Because if you neglect even at that stage, your values will become your attitudes. You see, your knowledge, your beliefs, your values, all three together, they become your attitudes. So how to change our attitude is a big question now. Technology, okay, you can learn. Always, you have to be continuous learner, like Dr. Nagaraj Garu is telling. Technology, once you learn and you forget, that is not knowledge. Knowledge changes. Automatically skill set changes. But your knowledge, beliefs and values which are deeply anchored in you, they become attitude. So now latest research shows attitudes also can be changed a little bit. But it becomes very difficult for the organization to change your attitude. They are not meant for changing your attitude. They are buying you for your knowledge and skills. That's why it is up to you to acquire proper attitudes since beginning. And particularly a professional program, it's not an academic program. MBA, BBS, they are not academic programs, my dear friends. They are programs, professional programs. They are budding managers. You should think they are already entered into the shoes of managers. Once you manifest yourself in that way, definitely you change yourself, learning some corporate etiquettes since beginning. So it will be like hot cake. It will be sold in the market like a hot cake. Not only in the matrimonial column, but even in the industry, employment side. So all these four together becomes our culture, and the culture decides our behavior. See, morning VC Garu was also telling, right, just now Nagaraj Garu was pointing out that attitude. They are pointing out all these things. If I say your behavior is very bad, Mr. X, that means I am questioning your knowledge, your beliefs, your values, your attitude, your culture, everything I am criticizing. By simply telling your behavior is very bad. How simple you feel it is? Your behavior is linked with all these. That's why there should be a correct foundation. Friends, morning, I am also very optimist. I am not a pessimist. Don't misunderstand me. But morning, we are all giving. Generally, we are habituated. Our culture always says, always give positive things about ourselves. Our culture is great. Our country is great, and all that. That is sometimes we are not self-critics. Many times. That damages us very deeply, which is not appropriate. Everybody is trying to become fourth, third, but there is a huge gap between American economy, China economy, and India economy. Even if you become third, see, people will say, I am second in the running race. Then who is the third? Nobody. who is the first, there is somewhere. So it is just like that. India is progressing, really progressing well, particularly last 10 years. Though I'm not affiliated to any party, but it is progressing in some directions. But we are suffering with the deep maladies, unrecoverable diseases. That is caste, or subcaste, or regional differences, religious differences, communal problems. And there is serious dent on our image as well as on our economy because of high presence of corruption everywhere, bottom to top. So these are the cancerous elements, very difficult for us to reach, to say ourselves as developed country or fast developing country. Now you just see the net. Don't believe what political leader says, what elders we say, but always be analytical as MBA students. Understand the economy, what is happening, in what direction we are going. Remember in the morning. So very fast we are becoming urbanized slowly. But then how much poverty exists in rural India now? Some of you must be having rural background. I am from rural area, I am from agriculture area. I know the real problems they are facing even now. And this kind of problems, serious political problems, serious communal, serious other caste and other politics, if you travel like this, even by 47 also, it is an uphill task to say ourselves a progressive nation or a developed nation. What is the use if there is huge unemployment, if there is still people, 30-40% people still hungry, then it cannot be termed as a developed nation. So for that your role is great. You have to play major role now. Whatever possible, little bit, good or bad, something has been done so far by all of us. But then real acid test, that is for you, particularly for you are in the right time to see that really by 47 we become progressive India, Viksit Bharat and Swarnandhra Pradesh, whatever you call it. Still in the world poverty index, we are somewhere not even middle. We slipped down. In fact, in the last few years, even much behind the Bangladesh, much behind the Bangladesh. Go and see the Transparency International, which is an agency, impartial agency, which assesses corruption prevalent in the world. More than 200 countries they assess every year. And there also we are at the bottom, corruption. So with this kind of serious problems, that's why I feel it is an uphill task. In spite of we may now send people to moon, we may land on Mars also, and all this progress is happening in one side. That's why they call it India is divided into two parts now, and nobody is constructing bridges. One is rural India, the other one urban and semi-urban India. One is shining India, the other one is suffering India. How this kind of things can still prevail? How long they will prevail? So this is the moot question now. And we have to balance and go critically. Then there is no point in criticizing Transparency International survey itself. We are questioning. We are not accepting we are a corrupt nation, but we are telling, we are criticizing that survey. They are managed by Western people, that's why they are giving that. Let us not unnecessarily go into that kind of thing, whether somebody is doing it intentionally or not, but we have to question ourselves. So when you are talking about so many other things, good things, we should also critically see what is the negative side of it. Then if you understand both sides of the coin, then the coin will be very valuable. That's I thought I should tell you, but maybe in between I will intervene and give some of the inputs. But truly speaking, I don't want to come in between Kumar, who will not allow you to sleep, let me assure. Thank you. I welcome Dr. Nagendra Garu for this.
Okay, good afternoon. I think mic only works here. Hello, good afternoon. It's okay, you can adjust it. In the meanwhile, he is scanning the pen drive. Let us not waste the time. My co-professionals, Dr. P.R.K. Rajgaru on the dais, and Dr. T.V. Samasarao, and Dr. Madhubabu Garu. Good afternoon once again to you people also. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. But it is very difficult to take the afternoon sessions. And people intentionally, to make this person go away, they will keep these sessions in the afternoon for people like me. Hope so. But still, I will try to do the best for you people within the time what has been given to me. Maybe Dr. Nagaraj garu, 40 minutes, sir? Okay. So now it is 3 and I am finished before 3:40. You can check your watch. ఇప్పుడు అలా చెప్పగానే అబ్బా 40 నిమిషాలతో బెస్తాడు బాబు. That is the reaction. You know? That is the reaction, immediate reaction. But still don't think that I am doping you. Because something you have to learn for the what purpose. You are spending 8 hours or 7 hours here, coming from long way. When you are coming from long way, you are spending 7 hours. Can't you just make your mindset for 40 minutes to be here? That is what the question you have to put. Since morning we are talking about human capital and all other things. So this is the topic what has been given to me. But let me give a brief idea within 40 minutes to take you. That is what is India 47 and how we are going ahead with that. This is what my organization, which I will say Mind Retreat, which we have done 960 programs as on date in soft skills to 140 companies as on date. And my name is Dr. Y. Nagendra Kumar. I am CEO Mind Retreat KKD, honorary chairperson of NAPM, Godavari chapter also. So this is what the future 2047 India. 2047 India. And vision 2047 and Vikasit Bharat, whatever we are talking about. So introduction. India's goal to become a developed economy by 2047, that is our goal. What are the important issues which we have to deal with that? To reach that goal, what is our aim? What is our goal? What is our perspectives? What are all our efforts? What we are making to make to that extent to reach that goal? Human capital has the driving force behind this transformation. If you want transformation, for your information, you need human capital that is for confirmation. Ababa. Oh, all comments will come, no problem. But we have to deal with that, you know. So, human capital has the driving force behind this transformation. Then, key questions. What are the key questions we have to reach that goal? The first one, how do we prepare our workforce for future jobs? Technology is intervening. AI is coming. Everything is changing. And how we can prepare our workforce. Going into, generally when you are doing HR, we will have a feeling. After completion of my HR, I will be recruited into an organization where if I press bell, then the peon will come, then he will ask HR manager, sir, what I have to do? What I have to serve you, coffee or tea? But the reality is different in the industry. The HR manager has to serve the coffee in the initial stages. That is the reality. But we don't never understand, because when you have a depth of knowledge, then when an IAM person who has specialized in HRM or HR, if he has taken salary of 3 crores per year, why can't you? Because it's the depth of knowledge. You prepare yourself with your skill development, what to become in 2047 or in your future, how you are going to achieve those things. That is what we are questioning. How do we prepare our workforce for future jobs? The next, what skills and policy changes are needed? Policy changes means not from your side, from government side, from organization side, to meet your skills or to make you to learn skills. What the skills? For example, in our organization or in our university like this, if you are organizing 2 days seminar and the first day the attendance is 110 out of 100, it is inauguration day, and the half day of the program, the attendance is 80 out of 100, and the next day again it becomes 70 out of 100, and the last day, last hour, it will be 40 out of 100. Why? Is it not that the people are interested? No, the attitude is not there to develop their skill. That is where we are lagging behind with other people. Of course, we are dominating in the world, that we are at 37% technological transfer is there from Indian brains in the world. That is 100% sure. And the statistics is saying that. But where we are developing our human capital, how we are developing our knowledge, how we are developing our attitude, how we are transforming our skill to reach that stage. Tomorrow, you will not be having a piece of paper in your HR department. Everything is controlled by AI, and in a system where you have to tell the history of an employee, medical history of an employee, performance management system of an employee just by computer and by the artificial intelligence. Then how you are accommodating yourself to learn that AI? How you are accommodating your skills to go with that? How you are accommodating to run with that, with your skills? That is where you have to explore your brain to understand that concept and to move forward. The next, how will technology and industry evolution impact employment? Yes, absolutely, it will impact the employment, no doubt in it. And in the morning it was said that in Amazon, 4,000 people have been thrown out. But that technology is not the reason. The people are not skilled to do that particular job for the just change technology. That is the problem. If the people are skilled and if they are developed to that extent, 100% they can do that best of and they will not be thrown out. That means we have to make a change in our skills, in our technological advancement, in understanding that, and so that we can become forward and we can go forward to understand and to meet our vision, our goal of Viksit Bharat 2047, our human capital 2047. So these are the key questions which we have to pose, we have to answer in day-to-day life of the future of HR. Now, we are talking about human capital. What is human capital? Someone asks you, you define, we can't define. There is a human capital is human capital. But human capital is having a specific understanding in HR terms. What is that specific understanding? Let us see. Human capital refers to the economic value of the skills. Economic value means your skill is going to be monitored. Your skill is going to be monetized. Your skill is going to be valued. And in the future, your skill is going to be worth in hours. And if you are a technological HR, or if you are a HR, right HR, you will be called for 3 days to the organization in a month, and you will be paid 1 month salary for those 3 days. That is called gig economy or gig economy or gig workers. That it is a temporary. Gig means temporary. You will be called because you have that skill. A plumber is getting 1700 rupees per day, even in India. But a HR manager is getting only 800 to 1000 rupees. If in a normal company I'm talking about, unless it's a very professional company. Why? Because he is not matching with the skill what the organization is looking for. So what we have to that it is an economic value of the skill. Your skill is going to be valued in terms of money and knowledge, experience. Knowledge and experience also going to be monitored or monetized in terms of experience, skill and knowledge. And abilities that individuals possess. What individual you have as an individual you possess? The skill you possess, knowledge you possess, or experience you possess. All three combinations you possess. Yes, then you are on the top. You are on the top. But still many times we hear, we listen and all that we do, but we never do research ourselves. What type of skill I have? What type of attitude I have? What type of knowledge I have? What experience I have? Where I can run? Where I can stop? Where I can go? No, never we think. That is our current position. Because of let the days go and then let the future come. Let us see at that time. That is our attitude. So this is what they call human capital. Next, another. It is an important asset for both individuals and organizations. Without human capital, without human beings, without human resource, there is no organization. Show me one organization. Even in Tesla, the Elon Musk, what he has started, the AI coordination company, where artificial intelligence is working 90% work, but the remaining 10% is very key to make that AI 90% work. 90% work has to perform, that the remaining 10% only has to do the job. That means how much importance we have as a human person, human being, or as a human resource. That is what we are never fear, because let it be a come, but your skill if you are developing, your knowledge you are developing, your experience you have, you understand 3 E cube formula. E cube formula. E cube formula is exposure, experience, excellency. Exposure, experience, excellency. You have an exposure for your skill, for your knowledge, and then when you have an exposure, you will gain experience. When you gain experience, the next coming is your excellency. Your work will be excellent. You will be an excellent HR professional. So why don't you try for that? That is what we are talking about. To become 2040 human capital, you have to utilize your all skills, your human capitalism. The next, that is productivity to increase. The concept of human capital emphasizes the idea that people's talents and education are a form of capital that can be invested in develop. What is your investment? Investment in terms in finance is money. But your investment is here, your human brain. When you use your human brain as an investment, yes, definitely the organization is getting benefit. Organization is going to be benefited. If that's key point, if you understand, and when you are being called in your classes, in seminar classes or in your regular classes to speak onto the dais, no person comes onto the dais and speaks. Because he never shows interest even for that. He may miss the class or he may skip the class, but on the back side, he will sit and he will comment a lot. He will speak a lot. He will gitching others. He will be gitching. And he will But this reality will come in your interview. When the person is asking you, can you speak in English? Then where is your skill? Where is your technology? Where is your AI? Because you are not utilized, you are not skilled, you have not developed it. That is what I am saying. The concept of human capital, you are investing your brain, and because of that, the human capital will be becoming strong. Next, let us see. I think these are the key points which has been given for today's afternoon session. The first one is cultivating knowledge and shaping attitude and holistic habits for national economy program. Let us see what is cultivating knowledge. The continuous learning. If you want to cultivate knowledge, అంటే మీ జ్ఞానాన్ని సాగు చేయాలి అనుకుంటే మీరు కంటిన్యూస్గా నేర్చుకుంటూ ఉండాలి. మనం 3 గంటలు కూర్చొని నేర్చుకుంటమే కష్టం, మరి రోజంతా లేకపోతే జీవితం అంతా ఎక్కడ నేర్చుకుంటామండి. బట్ టిల్ యూ డై యూ హ్యావ్ టు లెర్న్. ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు గో టు ద హెవెన్, స్వర్గానికి వెళ్ళాలి అంటే చచ్చిపోయేటప్పుడు నారాయణ మంత్రం చదవాలని చెప్తారు. కానీ ఆ నారాయణ మంత్రం ఎలా చదవాలో తెలియకపోతే నువ్వు స్వర్గానికి వెళ్ళలేవు. అంటే చచ్చేటప్పుడు కూడా నారాయణ మంత్రం ఎలా చదవాలో నేర్చుకోవాలి స్వర్గానికి వెళ్ళాలంటే. దట్ మీన్స్ అన్ ఇండివిజువల్ హూ టేక్స్ ఎ బర్త్ టిల్ హి ఈస్ ఎ డెత్, he has to learn. That is what continuous learning which develops your human brain or your human capital in to develop 2047. And then education is what is giving. Education is giving knowledge. Educate yourself. చదువు సంస్కారం నేర్పించాలంటారు, కానీ ఆ సంస్కారం నేర్పిస్తుంటే మనం వెంటానికే మనం ఇష్టపడకపోతే మన సంస్కారం ఎక్కడి నుంచి వస్తుంది? That is what you have to. If you want to sanskaram yourself, you have to learn that samskar, that is education. And the next, digital learning. Yes, today you know very well digital learning because you have your mobile phone and such a fast speed you will type your WhatsApp messages. Your father will be wondering how much fast my child is doing that on the mobile phone. Asra, ఎలా బాగున్నావా, టింగ్ ఒక బటన్ లేదు, బాగోలేదా టింగ్ ఇంకో బటన్ లేదు, ఎక్కడ క్లాస్ జరుగుతుంది ఇప్పుడు అక్కడ ఎవడో అడుగుతాడు, అక్కడ నుంచి మెసేజ్ వస్తుంది, వాట్ వేరే వాట్ ఆర్ యు డూయింగ్, ఇలా తల పట్టుకుని ఒక బొమ్మ పెడతాడు. ఎందుకని తలకాయ నొప్పిరా క్లాస్ జరుగుతుంది, ఇప్పుడు సెమినార్ జరుగుతుంది, ఎప్పుడు వస్తావు, అప్పుడు నుంచి కళ్ళం డీల్ పెడతారు, ఇంకా టైం ఉంది. సో ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ ఆన్ టెక్నాలజికల్ ఆన్ యువర్ ఫింగర్ ప్రింట్స్ ఓన్లీ. బట్ వాట్ that is the digital learning. You are learning a digitality on different mode, but you learn that digitality in somewhere where it is useful for developing your skill. And the next, adaptation to change. Change is to change for a change which never change. Change is to change for a change which never change. Already said change is permanent. Yes, change is for a change to change which never change. So the things are changing. When you complete your 2 years MBA HR, and then when you are joining into the service, you see morning Tulsi Garu is giving an example. When we are doing PhD, there is no computer. Then how many pages they used to write for their PhD, please understand. But now how many copies you will take by using your computer, you please understand. So it has become easy. But how far మనం ప్రాజెక్ట్ రిపోర్ట్ చేస్తాం ఎంబీఏలో, కాపీ అండ్ పేస్ట్, సిఎన్పి ప్రాజెక్ట్ రియల్గా చేసిన వాళ్ళు ఎంతమంది ఉంటారో నాకు తెలియదు, కానీ నేను చూసిన మొత్తం ఫ్యాకల్టీకి వెళ్ళి చూసిన మొత్తం ఒక 10 ప్రాజెక్ట్ రిపోర్ట్లు వస్తే ఒక 8 సిఎన్పి, కాపీ అండ్ పేస్ట్. బట్ వేర్ యూ ఆర్ అప్లయింగ్ యువర్ నాలెడ్జ్, అండ్ ఇఫ్ ది ఇంటర్వ్యూయర్ ఇస్ ఆస్కింగ్ యూ వేర్ యూ హవ్ డన్ యువర్ ప్రాజెక్ట్, వాట్ ఆర్ ద థింగ్స్ యూ హవ్ లెర్న్డ్ లైక్ దట్, యూ హావ్ నాట్ బీన్ ఎ క్వశ్చన్ టు ఆన్సర్. See, this is what not the right situation. You have to adopt the change. You take the change and understand the knowledge, take the experience and show the exposure and gain the excellency. That develops you. The next, contribute to the social and economic impact. Yes, when you use your brain, you know how to earn money also. You know how to earn money. Today, share market, if it is going down, then some of the people are making profit, but some are losing. How some of the people are making profit? Because they are realistically, they know where to invest, where not to invest. That brain they have. that skill they have, that exposure they have, that experience they have, that knowledge they have, that ability they have, that capacity they have. These many things when they have, definitely they will get the money. So this is what social and economic impact on individuals can contribute effectively. Yes, you have to contribute effectively. If you know something, please come onto the dais and speak. If you know something, please teach. అందుకనే మనకు ఒకటి చెప్తుంటారు, ఒక్కసారి మనం వినటం కన్నా 100 సార్లు చదవటం కన్నా 100 సార్లు రాయటం కన్నా ఒక్కసారి ఎవరికైనా చెప్పితే దట్ ఈస్ మోర్ గ్రేట్. ఎందుకని మనం చెప్పినప్పుడు వీఆర్ రీజమినేటింగ్ అవర్ ఎనర్జీ, వీఆర్ రివ్యూయింగ్ అవర్ నాలెడ్జ్, వీఆర్ రీకంపోజింగ్ అవర్ మిస్టేక్స్. This is what we are doing it. So continue to contribute effectively. The next, shaping attitudes, which I already mentioned, refers to the idea that the development of human capital, skills, knowledge, experience, and health can influence and shape the attitudes and behaviors of individuals with an organization or society. Okay, YouTube will choose the different. And today, even on Sunita Williams, when she landed onto the, from the satellite or the CSAT, what has happened is memes have started in YouTube. What the meme? And what the first call Sunita Williams has received is from Bajaj Finance. We want to give loan, you want to avail any loan. That is what the meme is running in the. But these things we are observing, these things we are following, and ఎక్కడో యూట్యూబ్లో ఒక బటన్ తమ్మునీళ్ళు పెట్టి ఎన్టీఆర్ రెండో పెళ్ళి అని చూడగానే అది ఓపెన్ చేసి టకటకమని చూస్తే ఎన్టీఆర్ పెళ్లి గురించి ఉండదు, ఆయన ఏదో పాప యానివర్సరీ చేసుకుంటున్నాడు, దాని గురించి అక్కడ రాసి ఉంది. బట్ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ అహెడ్ విత్ దట్. And these many YouTube knowledge or videos you are seeing, but what you have seen about your subject, have you checked what is difference between HRM and HRD? Human resource management and human resource development, there is a huge difference. If you are professionally, if you think, you can write 10 pages for the difference between these two, human resource management and human resource development. There are so many differences are there. But do we know that? How will know? Go to YouTube. You see that. You see your subject. You see your related questions, related answers. Then definitely you will develop your skill. That is where I am talking about. Change your attitude. Change your attitude. And when your mom is cooking upma, then the people will say, "Hey, roju upma entamma, roju alakai noppi." But you are going to a side kalva, and there the person is sitting like this and making pani puri like this, then you are mom has cooked it with all jeedapappu and everything, but you are not interested to watch that because that has been made in you. But where you are interested for other thing, that is what your attitude. That is what your attitude. When you are going home after class, then you are sitting in the sofa, and immediately what you are doing is you are switching on the TV, and you switch on TV, you switch on the fan. In the meanwhile, your Sharada will call you Narada, and then immediately they will attend the call. Then she will walk away from outside because she doesn't want to speak inside the house. Secrets will be revealed. So she will go to the corridor and walk for 10 to 15 minutes, and then she will come back. By that time, the fan is running and a Pandur Peppercorn is going on in the ETV program. That is going on. And you are watching for that, and current is power is wasted, everything waste, but you have not relaxed at any point of time, but you have spoken and you have wasted your 10 minutes time. Think of that. Think of that. What time? If I am not practicing to speak in English, if I am not practicing to write a letter today, then how I can make my career in my HR? What I am aspiring, where I am inspiring, how I have to respire. This is what you have to understand. If you understand that, definitely the human capital 2047, we are going to achieve 100 out of 100, 150%. And more, increasing 50%. Try that, do that, because you are the master, you are the young blood, you are the young energy. Where we can't do that, you have to do that. You are the real force behind that. Anyway, so this is what you have to talk about attitude, then the leadership. And I question here so many people. If you ask what is the difference between a leader and a manager, the answer will be leader leading, manager will be managing. What the real difference, you know? There is a huge difference. Manager never has a follower, but leader has a follower. And someone is behind me, only someone can call me leader because someone is behind me, is a follower. But manager may not be having, may be having that and all immediately. So that is the difference between leader and manager. So you develop your leadership skills. And today, I mean, just in the afternoon, I'm very thankful to Madhubabu Garu and some other gentlemen where I'm missing him here, who has organized food for us in such a way where the volunteer girls have come and they served in such a way, such a good hospitality we have seen. Of course, maybe the instructions of Nagaraj Garu, that is different. But if they want to skip from that, రెండు ఎక్కినేద్దాం అని పారిపోయి ఉంటే మేము ఆ పప్పు గ్లాసు ఆ పెరుగు గ్లాసు పట్టుకున్నట్టు ఇంకో అరగంట కూర్చునేవాళ్ళం. దిస్ ఈజ్ వాట్ కాల్డ్ యాటిట్యూడ్. సో షేప్ యువర్ యాటిట్యూడ్. Try to make your attitude to the positive. So that is what try to the best leadership skills in you. Develop leadership skills developed from surroundings only, not from the textbook. Not from the textbook, from the surroundings. You will be made as a leader. So act as a leader, react as a leader, and form as a leadership. This is what leadership. And the next problem solving. And many a times we just think that when you are watching the cricket on the screen, మాత్రం ఆడలేడా అదో మరీ అలా అవుట్ అయిపోవడం ఏంటంటే ఎవరో మన ఇండియన్స్గా అంతే సార్ వరల్డ్ కప్ ఎప్పుడు తొప్పట్టేస్తారు సార్. బట్ గో అండ్ ప్లే in the real situation, in the arena, then you will understand your problems. That is what you have to make yourself. Think about problem solving. Learn problem solving skills. What is the issue? How I can react? How I can act? What the correction I can make? Yes, that brings you to the HR position where you can solve the problems of so many employees in your organization, and you are becoming into the strongest workforce of the organization, and you will be useful for definitely to your organization by changing your attitude. That is what problem solving attitude, coaching. నీకు తెలిసి నువ్వు కోటికి చెప్పు, అంతేగాని నీ దగ్గర ఉంచేసుకో. కోచ్. అండ్ దెన్ అగైన్ మెంటారింగ్. ఎస్, వాట్ ఈస్ నాట్. ఇప్పుడు చెప్పండి రా అబ్బాయిలు, వాట్ టు డూ, వాట్ నాట్ టు డూ. అది మనం అడగాల్సింది. వాట్ టు డూ, వాట్ నాట్ టు డూ. వాళ్ళకి మెంటర్షిప్ చేయండి. యు ఆర్ ద మెంటర్ ఫర్ యువర్ బ్రదర్. You are the mentor for your sister. You are the mentor for your young children. You are the mentor for the school children. Try to take that attitude in your mind, and definitely you are going to see Vikasit Bharat. And then team attitude, work together. Don't skip away from the responsibilities. Work together. Then holistic habits of National Economic Program. What are the holistic habits? Holistic habits refers to approaches that consider the physical, mental, and social aspects of well-being. Physical, what is it? And if you are standing for 1 hour here, then you have to go to home, and your father has to pisking your card. Because మీకు 1 hour నుంచినారు, డాడీ చాలా నొప్పి వచ్చేసింది డాడీ. ఆ 1 hour నుంచినే దమ్ము, ఆ నవ్వుంచిన ఆరోగ్యం, ఆ 1 hour నుంచినటువంటి ఆత్మస్థైర్యం మీలో లేదన్నమాట. ఎందుకని మీరు తినే తిండ్లు గోలుగప్పాలు, పానీపూరీలు కాబట్టి బలం అనేది ఉండదు ఎట్టి పరిస్థితుల్లో. సో యూ కీప్ యువర్ ఫిజికల్ కండిషన్, మెంటల్ కండిషన్. సపోజ్ మీరు ఒక ఎగ్జామ్ రాశారు, 80 మార్కులు ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేశారు, 45 వచ్చింది, వెంటనే నేను సూసైడ్ చేసేసుకుంటాను. 45 వచ్చింది. That is what some of the people's mental state. In Kakinada recently, one father has made suicide, and then he killed his 2 children of 7 years old and 5 years old. What is the reason, you know? He thought that those 2 children are not, can continue in this competitive world. అంటే పోటీ ప్రపంచంలో వాడు సరిగ్గా చదువుకోలేరు కాబట్టి వాడిని చంపేశాడు, ఆయన చచ్చిపోయాడు. అంత మానసిక దౌర్బల్యం ఆలోచించండి. సో మెంటల్ కండిషన్ ఈజ్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. అండ్ దెన్ సోషల్ ఆస్పెక్ట్స్, సామాజిక దృక్పథం, అలాంటివన్నీ. అంటే జస్ట్ ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు హెల్ప్ సంబడి, ప్లీజ్ హెల్ప్. Don't try to have a photograph. That is the social aspect which develops other people by coaching, mentoring, and work to the point earlier we have discussed. That is what holistic approach. And let us see the points. Work ethics. You have to work for 8 hours means you work for 8 hours. Don't use for mobile for 3 hours and 5 hours you work, and don't say you are overloaded. That is work ethics. And then physical health, already discussed. And then mental health, I have already told. The next, social connectivity, community. Social connectivity in the sense not having these many followers, or not having these many WhatsApp groups, or not having any other thing, or Facebook friends. Social connectivity is what is happening around me in my society. Today, a MTech guy, when I have been for an interview panel for Mahindra, as an interview panel member, we have almost have 800 candidates there. 800 candidates. So how to make these 800 shortlist 800 candidates? Then we have asked there, we made one circle and then asked all the people, told that sit in a corner, stand in a corner. ఒక కార్నర్లో నుంచోండి అని అడిగాం. ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలి? 800 మందిలో ఇంచుమించు 600 మంది వచ్చి ఓ మధ్యలోకి వచ్చి నుంచున్నారు. ఒక 600 మంది, 200 మంది మాత్రం బయట నుంచున్నారు. ఏం బాబు మీరు బయట నుంచున్నారు? when they asked, then they told, sir, the circle will not have a corner, sir. Only one simple point, 600 people out. And Infosys, almost it has taken 1200 employees. There was a war going in Karnataka with Infosys as a case. Because you have given appointment, you have trained, and you are now throwing the 1200 employees from the organization. Then only one answer from the Labour Commissioner, and it was totally void. The case is void and cancelled. And they have given full support to the industry because, sir, we have given a skill test to them. They are not able to clear that skill test. Because of that reason, they have thrown away all these 600 candidates. That means where we are. So if you develop your skill, if you develop your experience, if you make your what you call the knowledge to that extent, and your attitude to learn those things, definitely, yes, your social connectivity will improve. You have to develop that also among the society. What is happening around me? What is happening around me? The next, engagement. Try to have an engagement schedule for your 24 hours. What is the productive hours? What are the non-productive hours? Take a look tomorrow, going home. And out of 24 hours, నాలో ఏది నేను ఉత్పాదకతను పెంచే విధంగా అంటే నా మైండ్ని డెవలప్ చేసే విధంగా వాడుకున్నాను, అయితే నాకు ఉపయోగపడే విధంగా వాడుకున్నాను అని చూడండి. Then it will help you for that. Then the rest is public policy. Yes, we already discussed public policy. The government has to do a different approach to public policy. And the national campaign, because we are talking about HRD 2047 at a national level. Definitely there is a national campaign is required for that. Then only we can reach that goal or we can achieve that goal. Okay. Yes, this has been already discussed in the morning. The Swarnandhra workforce strategy. There are 10 points has been given by Sri Chandrababu Naidu garu for this Swarnandhra, and that has helping the people to develop our Vikasit Bharat or Swarnandhra, whatever it may be in future. Next. The last slide which I am coming. This is future action plan which we need. Expand skill development programs, vocational training, digital literacy, strengthen industry academia collaboration, leverage AI and technology, reskilling and new job creation, promote gender and economic inclusion, policy support and investment. PLA means production linked incentive. Give to any employee, take 100 employees, but give more salary to that employee who is involved in more production, because it is giving economy to us. Like that the programs has to come. అంతేగాని 60 మంది ఉంటే 60 మందికి 6,000 జీతం ఇస్తున్నాం కాదు. 60లో ఒక ఆరుగురికైనా ఒక 16,000 20,000 జీతం ఇవ్వండి. That is what PLI. So these things if we develop, then definitely we are going to understand what is this HR capital 2047, human capital 2047. India workforce is greatest strength of 2047. Take it granted. No AI can do anything to you. Yes, you are the strongest workforce in the world. In the world, an Indian employer, on average can work for 17 hours. But where compared to any other country, worker who can work only for not more than 5 hours. See how much strength we have. That is what India's workforce, its latest strength, and human capital development, economic progress. Of course, if human capital development is, there will be economic progress and global leadership. We are the global leaders in future, no doubt in it. As Morning said, China and India are competing for that. Definitely we may cross China also at one point because of the policies which you are implementing and what the development we are seeing and what the efforts we are making from our side. Then every organization, industry and policy must focus on future ready skills. భవిష్యత్తులో నాకు ఏం కావాలి రేపు మీ ఇంట్లో కూడా ఈ రోజున వాషింగ్ ఫ్లోర్ తుడవటానికి యూ హ్యావ్ ఎ రోబో విత్ దట్. But again, that robo, if any problem is there, then the service engineer has to come repair it. That is a different story. But the future is going to change in that way. The future is not about humans versus AI, but about human versus AI. That's not my statement. Human versus AI. Not about humans versus AI, but about humans versus AI. That is what my statement. So, please understand that and move forward. And now the time is 2:33. 2:33 by my watch. I have 5 minutes left out for 3:40, which I promised you. Now, any questions, I am most welcome to have a discussion. Thank you very much for patience hearing. Patience hearing. Thank you. Any questions? I am here. No questions. మళ్ళీ మీకు క్వశ్చన్ అడిగితే 5 నిమిషాలు మాకు ఎందుకని తలకాయ అర్థమైపోయింది. ఇప్పటికే ఓపిక వెళ్తున్నా సార్ బాబు వెళ్ళు నిద్ర వచ్చేస్తుంది. ఇప్పటికే కొంతమందికి ఆగా ముందు ఏసీ చల్లగా ఉంది అక్కడ పడుకునే బదులు ఇక్కడ పడుకున్నాం. Anyway, my last point of understanding is that young blood, you people, you have to put your efforts. You cannot, as Dr. Nagaraj initially said, on the first day you want to become CEO, yes, you will become CEO, Chattete officer, not chief executive officer. If you want to become CEO, put your efforts. Make you as a competitive person of the race. You should be the first. You should be the. So what you have to do? What you have to do? You always must be glow. You always should glow. Never be slow. Try to always flow. Otherwise, you will have a life to blow. Thank you. So I hope, as no question has come, thank you, sir. Thank you giving this opportunity to Nagarjuna University and Dr. Nagaraj Garu. And I don't know whether I have fulfilled my 45 minutes. I don't know, but still I tried my level best to share my experience and knowledge with you. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Dr. M.K. Garu, for your very powerful speech with appropriate humor. I'm sure all of you are awake and then you got some points. In fact, very important points you covered. How India's goal can be reached by 47 and how it can become a developed economy. That is the theme of his talk, very inspiring talk, and he has narrated very, very aptly about the skills and policies that are needed, the new skills and the new policies that have to be devised so that India will achieve its goal. This is one of the things, and how technology can impact our future employment. That is another important point. You might have heard it properly. And one important point he covers was skill can be monetized. Skill is cash, we call it. Cash is the king. Skill is cash. If I have that skill, per day I can earn 50,000 rupees. That's the point he highlighted. So rest is up to you to understand and then implement those things. How economic value can be added to your skill, and what skills you can definitely master. That is the important lesson that you can learn from his enlightened speech. He also said skill can be measured per hour, per minute. Skill is so important. And he also narrated EQ policy, that exposure, experience, and then excellence. And also the importance of continuous learning, digital learning, and how to change, how to adapt yourself for new changes. And how very elaborately he talked about shaping of attitudes. In fact, a few slides he has shown, it's very, very good, and the holistic habits for all of you, for the National Economic Program. And also very briefly, of course, he touched gender inclusivity, women. That was my topic, which I am supposed to deliver a talk, but somehow because of some other reasons, I am leaving. I could not do that, but Nagaraj Garu will give some other opportunity for me to say that. But my paper is already there in that conference journal. I request some of you to go through that, and they can be in touch with me also. And future action plan. Definitely, I request Nagendra Kumar Garu to share his PPT to all of you. He will permit you to share his PPT to all of you, so that will be. And the conclusion is excellent. That is not human versus artificial intelligence, but it is human with artificial intelligence. Thank you, Nagendra Kumar Garu, for your excellent speech and completing the talk within the time limit, time limit. Thank you very much. And the second speaker, Mr. Samsara Garu, about whom already Dr. Nagaraj Garu explained, is one of our young general managers now, Arvindo Group, is very near Kakinada. He is now heading that particular plant. So he is a practicing manager, very effective manager, and active member of our NFM Bodal chapter. May I request you, Samsara Garu, to say two words and take 5 minutes.
As per SAR says, the 45 minutes already 40 minutes has gone. Left over is 5 minutes. So can you give me 5 minutes?
Yeah, 5 minutes.
No, I didn't get that the answer from the audience. So more than this, just I want to hear from the back. So here we have around 106. Out of that, the 11 people are happily dozing, and there are after powerful power pack session by Nagendra Babu Garu is the only 4 people are awoke, and there are 6 people are seriously noting down the points. Out of that, there are 2 people other people are disturbing them not to take it, and there are second people, there are 2 people are scratching their head. And so this is what that the statistics simply, if we see that, and that is the reason I am remaining, that is the reason for asking you the time from you. So this is all for you, so not for us. Friends, why I am telling is why I am emphasizing on this. So we are all come from a very remote rural background, from that to an agricultural family. So we are all coming, and I am happy to be here as sharing the dais with eminent people like Nagendra Babu Garu, Raj Garu, Madhu Babu Garu. And so these are all people. So when I am doing my research in 2010, so they are all they have already completed their PhD. And I am thankful to Bhat Nagaraj Garu for giving me an opportunity to share the dais with them, and also be with them, with all of you, to share few thoughts, right? After seeing these statistics, I am confining myself, so not to talk more, because you are already enriched. So whatever that given topic, by senior post. He is an, if you know, I don't know, but he is an eminent professional, and currently he is the chairman for NIPM Godavari chapter, and his session for commercial part, if he takes one session, he charges 25,000 per session, right? He is 62 years. If you see the PRK Raju Garu, he is 72 years old, still he is active and he is learning, right? So you are all, I believe so, average is 18-20, right? So what is the objective for gathering all over here? So anybody can say what is that the objective we are all gathering here? Still, I am not feeling any concentration from the majority of the people, except the numbers. So this is pain, boss. I am feeling pain. So I am one of the alumni from this the institution. Whenever I want to, sir, with the difficulty he gets that the resource people here, right? So I am the one of the person to get that resource. When they come here, you people are not giving any attention, so they feel bad. So you know that how many hours it took for making that presentation. I am also having the presentation, but I am not presenting it. And in fact, I have discussed with our chairman and also the Raju Garu. So why can't you help? Because we are talking about the 2047, because about that we want to make the people, so young people, to make the bright future, right? And I want to ask the permission from Nagaraj Garu. So from the group of professionals from the NIPM chapter, just we want to come here at least the second Saturday, some days we can come over here and give you that the inputs are the skills enhancement for the young professional like you. But I don't know so whether people are interested or not. So whether if it is not physically, we can connect through virtual. So I am leaving it to you. And so sir, so with these few words I am closing, and thank you very much for giving this opportunity. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Sam Saragar. He's a little bit annoyed because he's. Yeah. Thank you, Sam Saragar. He's a little bit annoyed in the sense since he belongs to this university. He's alumni of this university. It's okay, but nevertheless, he raised two important points. One is NIPM industry leaders are ready to contact you to come here for maybe some physical classes on second Saturdays, which is holiday for you. If you are willing, then you can inform to us through Nagaraj Garu, or maybe some online classes they can plan through maybe Godavari chapter. Then Nagaraja Garu will plan it. Okay. So these are the inputs he has given for your benefit, since he belongs to your alumni and is emotionally attached to you. Thank you, Sam Saragar, for a very short but sweet talk. We are happy.
Thank you, sir. I don't want to take much of time. Just within 1 minute, I will conclude my words regarding this title. In the first session, human capital in India. Here, two important words in our midst. That is, one is human and another one is capital. So, capital is important to every organization. Human also important to that. Great countries having great capitals. Similarly, great societies having great people. great societies having great people. So you are the people for developing great societies, great countries. You the young people are here. You are the resource to the society. You are one of the progressive resource to the society. In society, a number of resources are there. Then all the resources, human resource is most important. Even the AI is going on. If the AI is going on with the support of the human resources, who operate, who build that AI, that is man-made. That is manufactured by man. నాగేంద్ర కుమార్ గారు ఇందాక చెప్పారనమాట, హ్యూమన్ రిసోర్సెస్ విత్ ఏఐ. ఎస్, హ్యూమన్ రిసోర్సెస్తోనే ఏఐ అనేది మొదలైంది. సో థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్ సార్. సో హియర్ cultivating knowledge. Knowledge is almost provides 96% of the success to the human being, as well as attitude. Attitude is provides 100% of the success of the human being. With this support, do the cultivation. If you want to do the cultivation is provides more than 100 of the percentage of the society. So thank you very much, sir, giving me this opportunity. Today's chairperson, Dr. IHCDI garu, and the director of the seminar, Professor Nagaraj garu, organizing secretary, Professor Tulsidas garu. Thank you very much, sir. Now I call upon the first present participant, Sri Lata. తర్వాత పనికుమార్.
ఏమవట్లేదు, ఇది పట్టుకోరా, నేను నేర్చుకున్నాను.
Good afternoon, respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, and also all the student faculty who are there here. I, Srilata, Assistant Professor of KVN College, Vijayawada. It is my pleasure to be present here my paper regarding human capital in India, fostering knowledge, shaping attitudes and cultivating holistic habits for economic advancement. And this is prepared by me and my former colleague K. Ramalakshmi, research scholar of Acharya Nagarjuna University. And on behalf of my madam, I am here to present this paper. So I prepared well for this paper to present very good or very efficient. But here so many people and dignitaries, they said so much efficiently. So I forgot somewhat what I prepared. And what I prepared here for the paper presentation, in that I gave a highlights regarding my paper. So all we are saying from starting morning session, all are saying about human capital. Human is very important resource present generation or present in the society. But this human is going in a positive attitude and also negative attitude. Am I correct or not? So in positive attitude, when we are going, okay, we will think in a positive way. When we are going in the negative attitude, it is affecting the society. Yes or no? So human should work with AI, but we are depending on AI. Actually, the AI is prepared by or established or invented by the human. again we are depending on the AI only. Am I correct or not? When we are doing any project or any seminar, in the previous year also said, we are going copy and paste. Because we don't have time. Everyone here or whether anywhere, we don't have time in 24 hours. We will have time for going out or going to watching movies or going any other places. We will have time. But when we are doing for the literature review or any project, we don't have time. So that is happening right generation in our society. Everyone who are presented, whatever it may be, when you are going for a project, when we are doing something research, we are not doing it in a proper manner. So we are approaching different areas. So for that sake, in this session, I want to say some few words which are already you know. Again, I want to say them regarding in the session. So starting here in the abstract, I presented also the paper. In that, I took some important lines. So here, human capital is vital for Indian economic growth. Right now, I explained, and this focus on the developing attitude formation and holistic habits. A skilled, innovative, and resilient workforce can drive sustainable economic growth. Empowering communities with resilience, entrepreneurship, and a growth mindset is crucial. A comprehensive approach to policy is required for effective human capital development. So my keywords regarding this paper are human capital, economic advancement, knowledge development, skill enhancement, education, lifelong learning, innovation, entrepreneurship, growth mindset, resilience. These are the important points which are given as keywords in my paper. And this is about the introduction of the topic. So human capital is essential for the national development. India has both vast opportunities and challenges regarding human capital utilization. Focused knowledge, attitudes, and holistic habits are key pillars. Education and skills are crucial, but changing attitude towards creativity and resilience and entrepreneurship are equally important. Holistic practices such as social responsibility, emotional intelligence, and healthy living are needed for a well-rounded workforce. And here I want to explain another point is when somebody is speaking, we can't listen if we like it or if we not like it. When anyone is saying something, when our brain is want to listen, we will listen. Like that, when we are going to a company or when we are going to any other job, so if you want to do, we will keep 100% of our effort. If we don't want, we will sit and relax. Am I correct or not? So here, as a human, we have a great brain and it is a very important resource. So in present society, we are not keeping the knowledge for that. We are not shining that, our brain. Why? Because later we can do like that. We will skip, every time we will skip. Later we can do. At the end of the time, somebody will be achieve some top position, but we will still like that. We will keep on going for the running for 6,000 or 7,000 of salary or 20,000. But we will not go for the highest opportunity. So we are not that much to be like that. We can do, but we can't do. So in this area, as a human, when we started working or when we are doing something, we should do it in a proper manner. Why now AI is ruling our society means because the human is not working properly. So we have to keep on learning regarding what type of things are there. We have to keep on learning. We have to keep on learning every aspect. So that what I gave in my introduction of the paper. And what literature I did means here I took about the economic growth and human capital and the challenges we are facing and the role of education. And here education is very important as we know. But education is important, but in every area we are not educated. Why? Because we are learning theoretically, but we are not doing it practically. So when you're going for the theoretical, we know every point because we will do maggi or what we call batti kottanu atlanti. So we will do that to get the marks. But we are not doing the practically what we is going on. Am I correct or not? So for that sake, for now we have the different.
Yes, very nice presentation. Review and all. Okay. Come to the main topic.
Okay. Okay. Sir.
And another 5 minutes.
Okay. So these are the different types of literature review, cultural shifts and health challenges, policy efforts. And the objective is about to enhance our skills regarding Indian human capital and knowledge, attitudes and holistic habits. And different research methodologies I took over here, quantitative and qualitative surveys and questionnaires regarding employers and education people who are there, students, professionals, and different questionnaires are raised there. And after that, what are the challenges right now society we are facing in this particular topic is educational skill development challenges and attitudinal challenges, health and holistic practices, economic disparities and technological disruption. And for the future development, what means when we are overcome the challenges, we can get the future development. So what the challenges we are facing regarding education, regarding health or regarding any other aspect, we should overcome that, then only we can go for the future development. So my conclusion is here, human brain is not that much of a boring, or it should be shined up everywhere. Then only in every area, every aspect, we can do the miracles. So now AI is going miracle means that is developed by the human only. So as a students or as a young professionals, we have to do our work properly and we have to shine our activities and skills. That is about today's session. So thank you.
Good presentation. Only a little bit spoken English also, you have to little bit improvement is required. But otherwise the draft is good. Maybe with help of your, this is already published?
I gave the abstract, sir.
Yeah. Is Mr. Kumar available? Yeah. Please. Kumar garu, you are given 10 minutes time. Okay. And elderly person. Before
something saura.
Good evening to respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. With the permission of the chair, let me start the session with the namaskar. మేధా దక్షిణ మూర్తి స్వరూపమైన సభకు వినమ్రపూర్వకమైన నమస్కారాలతో నా ప్రజెంటేషన్ ప్రారంభిస్తున్నాను. ఎందుకంటే దక్షిణామూర్తి విద్యకు ఆదిగురు. అటువంటి విద్యకు ఆనవాలమైన గురు స్వరూపులు ఈ సభలో దయచేస్తున్నారు. కాబట్టి సాక్షాత్ దక్షిణామూర్తి స్వరూపులుగా భావిస్తూ వాళ్ళకి నమస్కారాలు సమర్పిస్తూ I will start my session. Let me clear who I am. Can anyone of you clear who I am is? The title itself says E.R.D. Pandit Kumar Burra is a research scholar of Acharya Nagarjuna University, but actually I am not like that. I am the representative of my parents. I am the representative of my gurus. I am the representative of my environment. I am the representative of my
faculty members. I am the representative of my friends, colleagues, my employer, etc. So, if I stood before you as a presenter, you have some kind of estimations and expectations. All these made possible because of the blessings of my parents, my faculty members, my gurus, my well-wishers, etc. So they expect something whenever they try to inculcate or impart some knowledge on myself, on my mind. So whenever they want to try to inculcate something into my mind, they expect something from my side towards the society. It's not an exemption to my case. It belongs to our ancient history also. So the Indian education system itself, a valid education system. In the ancient days, Guru Parampara is there. Every student and every children, every person who approaches the Gurus, they will treat their children, their students as their own children. They always try to bless their students and always try to give some more for the sake of society, for the sake of a well-being society. So my topic is human capital, mantras for empowering human workforce. Here the mantras are a kind of guiding principles. This is a foundation stone for our society. These mantras are strong pillars for the future of our nation. This is a popular quote. Already I experienced from my education system, education procedures, which I got, which I am very sincere and aware about, the potentiality or the blessings of gurus. I really experienced the blessings of my gurus from my age of graduation. Still I am enjoying the blessing of Guru, Professor Nagaraj Garu Bhattu and other professors who contributed me to stand before you. Seriously. This is a statement I found: to handle yourself, use your head; to handle others, use your heart. Treat and read once again this statement. Whenever you want to handle yourself, use your brain. Your brain itself is a stimulator, is a controller, is a motivator, whatnot, everything. So your brain must work properly to regulate yourself and to present and portray yourself in a different manner. And whenever you want to treat others, don't use your brain, use your heart, because the heart is full of kindness and love, affection and some others. So this is one of the mantra for handling the human, which will be treated as a capital and which is essential for the future returns. And here, with this quote, I want to add some more, which I got from my professor, Dr. Nagaraj Garu Bhattu, from his life experience. I'm not smart. I try to observe. Millions saw the apple fall, but Newton was the one who asked why. We have so many observations. Observation is the foundation for learning process. You have to observe the things. If you want to learn properly, you have to observe. As a human being, our life itself starts from the observation and practicing itself. At the initial stages, we try to imitate. And later on, we try to put our own mark. So, try to observe the things, but it's not necessary all the human beings are the smart. as our learned and distinguished honorable members said that today the generation itself led by artificial intelligence. I never accept that because artificial intelligence itself created by some human beings. But the domination of artificial intelligence itself started because of the relaxation of human beings. If the human being is not relaxed himself or herself or themselves, definitely the artificial intelligence never be dominated factor. So if we try to push up ourselves, we will continue our marking on the society. Otherwise, we will be a servant to the artificial intelligence, to the machines. One fine morning, the machine itself order us, try to clean this part, try to replace this part, try to inculcate this part like this. So to avoid such a kind of situations, we have to build certain kind of things in our mind. Before that, during the lunch period, I heard a word that these people are the seniors. These people are the senior members of the university. Can I put a question before you? How many of you can reveal a dominant quote which influence the human efforts and intelligence or the motivational aspects? Can anyone of you? Student, my dear students. Anyone of you? I myself can say that when I joined in IHCDI University in 2002 as a research scholar in the MPhil, Master of Philosophy, in 2002, sir, I observed a quote that పట్టువదలకు చేసే ప్రయత్నం చివరకు విజయాన్ని చేకూరుస్తుంది, ఒక్క రోజులోనే దేన్ని సాధించలేదు. స్వామి వివేకానంద. This is the quote which is placed under the tree at the entrance, first entrance gate of our university campus wall, compound wall. This is an inspiring quote to myself. Whenever I am entering into the gate of the Acharya Nagarjuna University, I read the statement and try to enter into the gate. So every difficulty itself gives a kind of a sickness or a kind of a negative mindset and attitude. But whenever you leaving the campus door, it itself strengthens your capacities. Our professors and our faculty members always try to put some kind of challenges before us. Those are not difficulties, those are all challenges to strengthen yourself and they are aiming you as an arrow for the future society. Just like a Ramabanam. దానికి తిరుగులేదు. There is no any opposite missile to the Rama's attitudes or thoughts or somewhere else. Here, all those things itself gives the knowledge, experience, productivity, innovation, overall social well-being. Here the knowledge itself gives reflects the age. In the olden days, age correlated with the knowledge. But nowadays, knowledge never reflects the age because the LKG students or kids, they are representing more and more knowledge from the kindergarten. They are trying to aim the IITs and IIMs, etc. So knowledge itself demands a kind of advance and experiences. These experiences are either positive or the negative side, whatever it is. Try to enjoy it. So with the time being, to finish the 10 minutes within the 10 minutes my presentation. These are all the different kinds of influence factors which influence directly or indirectly of human beings. And human capital major components. One is the education. Here nowadays we are visualizing education as something acquiring knowledge from the books and getting the score of marks or CGPA or SCBA or something else. Knowledge is not from the books and not from the classrooms only. So it is the combination of both the formal and informal. You can get the knowledge and you can get the information from the old age people, how to behave and how to mingle with the society. Because all these factors itself contribute to give a qualitative human beings to the society, which is an essential capital for advanced or developed countries. And the cognitive skills are thinking, learning, remembering, solving the problems. So, using the education, what we are doing now, we are doing try to the acquiring and representing or reproducing the same into the examinations or some other else. Education actually is a kind of treasure hunt, which is associated with the interest, which is associated with the enthusiasm, which is very essentially accompanied with more patience. Overnight you cannot acquire plenty of knowledge in your minds, and you cannot reproduce that. Whenever you are thinking about something, there is no limits because the unlimited power you have with your mind. The foundation for the future is the learning process. There is no any limit or any stoppage to the learning process. And remembering is a continuous process which is very essential to shape and to give a perfect cut to your. Cut means a diamond which possesses a multiple cuts, gives a multiple kinds of reflections, a spontaneous reflections. As sir already said that the HR members expecting some more towards the sake of the hard and established organizations. So what kind of cuts you have, those cuts are shaped by the society and your surroundings nature. And problem solving is one of the difficult tasks which never and nobody try to welcome it. Because if you want to, a perfect human capital itself molded with the acceptance of the problems. You have to welcome it. A problem is a kind of challenge or is an opportunity to learn something. Try to stood before the problem. Try to enjoy the challenge. And try to always apply your capacities and capabilities to test whether your capacities are in a right path or not. That will be tested only with the spontaneous problems which you face at the frequent times. So whenever you face any kind of problems, either in the case of having a question in the question paper which is not covered by you at the time of your preparation, or try to give an answer which is asked by our HR members, or a kind of a situation put before you by your employers, or a kind of situation which makes you to respond in a dignified and diplomatic manners. So these are all the different kinds of problems generally we face.
Explaining very nicely. I really like it. All these things are okay. Just talk about human capital intelligence, and then we'll close.
Yes.
The main things are going to be easy. But we are going to listen from
Yes. Here the intelligence is how skillfully you are adopting the learned concepts at right time in a right manner. That is a skill-based activity connected with the brain and the knowledge and the experiences. So intelligence is one of the important element which elevates you to expose what kind of capital you are, because as a commerce and as a management people, we heard about the long-term capital, the working capital, etc. The intelligence must be like a blend of both long-term and working capital, because the intelligence in sometimes may be spontaneous, but it sometimes works for the future. The impact of the intelligence may be in a long run mode, etc. So intelligence is one of the factor which influence the human beings as an essential element for the development of the economy as well as the nation.
Any other important points you want to cover very briefly, 2 minutes?
Yes, sir. This is the influencing factors right from the childhood stage to old age, and there are the external shocks and environmental incentives and opportunities. This is the life stage of different stages of human beings from the childhood to the old ages, and these are the human capital index, which is the barometer for how the human beings or human capital works towards the development of the society. Fortunately, we have a good kind of capital, human beings, but due to some setbacks, some of the human beings are not come to the limelight because of so many lagging factors. And this is the case for the HCI Human Capital Index rankings, India versus global scenario, comparing with the top 10 countries in the world. And here our position is increased from 115 to 113, climate towards the upward direction, but it's not satisfactory, and it should increase whenever you compare with the Singapore, Hong Kong, Japan, like this. We need some more strategies for the human development, whatever we discussed in the earlier. The government must concentrate, not only in the case of the government, it is our responsibility. Government is the people. So it's our responsibility to build our nations, and this is with respect to our neighbor countries. China and Sri Lanka is far better than us, and Nepal, and Myanmar, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Afghanistan, these are the next from us. So this is about the India's condition regarding the HCI rankings, and here some mantras are there, prioritizing the universal access to high quality education, because the quality of education is most important. The nation itself builds in the classroom. Classroom is not the area in between the four walls. So classroom is the world, classroom is the society, classroom is the environment, etc. So we have to prioritize high quality of education. That quality itself comes from our nature and our ancestors and our teachers, friends, etc. And comprehensive healthcare systems are very essential, because the human capital, the representations and etc. itself come from the mother's womb, because the DNA formation and the childbirth itself takes a high prioritized things for the presentation or the future representation of a human being, because any kind of mistakes committed at the time of delivery or the pregnancy period, etc., that human being is one of the minus to the society, because our Abdul Kalam sir and other persons came from the mother's womb. So every mother is one of the important factor. So we have to protect the childbirths and the safety precautions, strong social safety nets and etc.
Sorry for abruptly asking you to go there, but it's very interesting.
Thank you so much.
Nagaraj garu, that is encouraging. This is something interesting, study, good topic.
Thank you, sir.
But time constraints.
Because the next session is
Thank you, sir. Thank you. These are the another.
Interesting study.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully we are doing not only small paper, but then maybe some position much better way.
Thank you so much.
Visibility, all
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for giving this wonderful opportunity. And especially I am saying special thanks to my university and my professor, Dr. Nagaraj Garu, for giving this wonderful opportunity. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Sorry, maybe we could not regulate the time as prescribed by Nagaraj Garu, but little bit. I thought it is more interesting presentation, so we have given more time. But thank you very much, Nagendra Kumar Garu, Samsara Garu, Madhu Garu, and particularly Nagaraj Garu and Tulsi Raj Garu and all MBA faculty and others involved in this seminar, organizing this seminar, for giving us this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, Dr. P.R.K. Raju garu. Maintained well this first session. So now I'd like to felicitate to Samsara garu. Small it's a token of gratitude, sir. Kindly accept. By P.R.K. Raju garu and Nagendra Kumar garu. Thank you, sir. Now we have a tea break, just 5 minutes. So after completion of the tea break, we will start the second session.
ఎట్లా అంటువా